stop doing these super long battle segments.
I feel like the stakes have been lost.
All right, son, do it.
Yeah.
Do it for me.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
tired.
What's up, nerds? My name's Kyle, and I'm here with my good friend.
Ozzy Baldwin.
And today we're going to talk about Dragon Ball and how they have to come back so strong to be able to compete with the likes of Demon Slayer, My Hero, and even One Piece at this point.
Oh man, One Piece, Jujutsu Kaisen,
Yeah.
Hell's Paradise. You've got new and newer anime coming out with more heavily like CGI'd and more heavily art based as well.
So we've got a new trailer or new teaser that's supposed to drop at SDCC New York, no, not SC, New York Comic Con this year. So they are going to show us what's next for Dragon Ball Super. What do you think that they need to do in order to keep up with today's animation standards, and as well as like take some real estate away from some of the legends right now?
So what they need to do is essentially stop doing these super long battle segments. What I mean by that is it took 5 episodes just for Jiren and Goku to stare at each other in Super. Now they have the correct attitude with Super, because I don't think competing to rebuild that fan base or anything like that is actually an issue, because in Super they got all the new Americans in. They've got a whole new attitude towards it, and it's actually more based towards the manga now than it was in the anime, because the creator of the manga originally didn't want Goku to be a righteous figurehead, right? He wanted to just fight the strongest and give whoever wants the smoke, right? And so I think that the way they compete there is they have quicker fights, they have a better build-up, and they really hammer down on the strength of some of these characters without it being like, okay, 4 fights, done, or 4 hits, done. The Cell saga, Goku fought Cell 5 times before he was like, all right, son, do it. Do it for me, I'm tired. And so what they need to do is really keep that up, but keep those production values up. I think what they did great in Super was they had that comedy in there. They really broke up that action. What they did poorly was they didn't keep essentially the aesthetic going of like, these guys are super strong, or the tension. Like a lot of that tension really dwelled down because you were literally waiting to see who's going to fight next. And
and you're looking at the World Tournament specifically, right? You look at all of these fights that led up to it. It's like, you knew like it's going to come down to 2, right? And there was like no one that's actually going to stand in the way. So it didn't feel like there was a lot of stakes that were really truly felt like there was like a lot of risk for your main 2 or 3. Like Goku felt like he was never going to be out, you know what I mean? Like Jiren obviously was the biggest competitor. And then like you look at even Vegeta going up against the God of Destruction there, right? And that is all, I say that all to be like, I feel like the stakes have been lost. Where it's like when you were fighting Cell, like you never knew who was going to go. You never knew who was going to get like taken out. And I feel like that is something that's very important for them to want to bring back into the story building in order to best capture our hearts.
Yeah, well, and a lot of that they captured a long time ago, there's a lot more dramatism in the old series, DBZ to be specifically. There was a lot of drama in that. Whether Goku's dying, or Goku is running on Snake Road, or they're just trying to hold off the bad guy from getting stronger and they can't. How many times did Yamcha and Chi-Chi and everybody just get in the way and try and like literally sacrifice themselves to be brought back? And those stakes get lost because of the Dragon Balls. And I think that they can bring that back where it's harder to track the Dragon Balls, or they're put in a precarious situation where someone does have them all and they're about to make a wish, and that wish is actually what can skyrocket those odds back up. Because it doesn't feel anymore like anybody can beat Goku, period. And so what they did with Great Saiyaman movie is they tried to switch that focus where it was actually supposed to go in the long run. So what they need to do is introduce some more stakes. There's not enough. Even with One Piece, there's always been stakes. People die in One Piece all the time. In Hell's Paradise, it is all
Hero too.
Right? Oh yeah, My Hero.
Like they're just killing characters left and right. It feels like over there.
Yeah, and it's because that is part of the dramatism, right? And what you don't see in Super is like, oh yeah, we're fighting for the end of the universe and snap and everybody's dying, dead. But the thing is that when they lost on the battlefield, they were just transported over.
Right.
They didn't go to Snake Way.
Right.
They didn't go to heaven or hell.
Again, it was like, yes, the entire universe will be erased, but did we ever think that was going to be?
Yeah, there was no real
that was going to be happening.
There was no real anguish.
Right.
Right. And so what you've got to bring back is, why is Goku weaker than this other opponent now?
Mm-hmm.
Why is Gohan taking over the series?
Right.
Or Gotenks even.
Right.
They all can take over and essentially do what their dad could do.
I feel like you just treat the Dragon Balls like the Infinity Stones and you just destroy them, and that leads into whatever comes next. I think that's the easiest way for them to build up stakes, and then like, yes, you can like put a little plot of like, how do we get the Dragon Balls back, kind of thing. But I think it mostly would take away the like, everyone just gets revived every 2 seconds.
The hardest part of that is that you would have to either destroy the Earth or kill Kame.
Right.
And Kame is almost is Beerus level fighter. And
just
so
throw Beerus.
What I think that if they really wanted to increase those stakes and do something like that, they should get a villain. The villain has the Dragon Ball. He's unbeatable. And they need the Dragon Balls to get back. Goku, they need to get somebody back that is dire.
But didn't they do that with an Omega Shenron? Like in
kind
GT?
of. Yeah, but GT is technically not canon anymore.
Right. Okay. So just bring back Omega Shenron and everything will be fine. Got it. Cool.
I mean,
easy enough.
They could. Yeah.